Hey Internet, I'm Smarty McFly. I've been producing music for maybe 2 years now. Um, Not a huge celebrity or anything, but I've got a song on moonbatone.net right now. I'll put a link down there in the description if you want to check it out. So, looking at my cheat sheet over here. Step one, first thing that really made a difference in my production life, I guess. Stop watching these videos, stop reading tutorials, just make music. You can keep reading and watching videos for as long as you want, but you're not going to get any better without just practicing. We'll tell you. Second point is everything that you make when you start out is terrible. Things that I'm making, I'm still not happy with. You just got to sort of deal with it. That's how it goes. You just got to push through that terribleness and get some drums in. So first thing I always do every time is build my drum rack. So because the drum sounds that you use in a dance song are gonna really heavily inform what the rest of the song sounds like. Pick the kick drum first. That was the first thing I did. And so I picked this kick sample. But like I said, I wanted to have that hardstyle kick. So I also grabbed these. And those are all tuned so it can be playing notes along. Basically, the kick is playing the bass line. And then, I just pick some claps, all these things that I think will sound good for the vibe that I'm trying to make. As you can see, I like Vengeance samples a lot. One of the most helpful things that I've done is just up at the top here, I'll make an empty MIDI track and call it arrangement. And then what you can do is I know that I'm going to have like probably 8 bars of intro, so I'll just make a MIDI clip there, intro, and actually it turned out to be 16 in this one. So there's intro, and then this is, this is the first hook. So then I just have an idea of what I'm trying to do. So there's like, and then, throw the outro in here. So this is like the first or second thing I do. The first two things are build the drum kit, make the arrangement. A lot of times, if you're not sure what to do for arrangement, pick a song that you like, that you know, and bring that in there. And then, so here's a song, 5150 by Safari. And I'm just gonna listen to it and block out what I hear. So basically, you can just sort of like take a song that you know, that you like, that you maybe you appreciate the arrangement of, drop it in there, block out the arrangement, so you have something to work with, and then you can shift it around, or you can use the exact same arrangement. It doesn't really matter. Why did I name that MIDI? That was dumb. Anyway, okay, so you've got the arrangement, you've got your drum samples all lined up. Create the main drum pattern. Yeah, so here's the one that I'm using in this track. Pretty simple, whatever. Just sort of build out the track according to the arrangement. So here I was like, okay, so here's the intro. So I want, 8 bars of just this for the first half of the intro. Then I'll have 8 bars of that, but I added in a hi-hat pattern. Cool. So there's our intro. All right, first hook. I'm not going to have many drums. I'm going to have the original drums being filtered out here. All right. And then I'm going to have just a really minimal drum pattern coming in here, just to give them an idea that there's some drums coming. There's that ride coming in again. All right. So the reason I do this is it helps you get an idea of what the track is going to sound like. And the way the drums sound sort of in dance music really help carry, and other kinds of music too, really helps sort of carry the energy of the track. So even though it's not that much to listen to, it's gives you an idea of what's going to be where, sort of like how the energy is going to flow. So then the next thing that I always do is I start working with I add in a white noise track and I just drag it out for the whole song. Actually, this should be all the way out there, and automate the sweep. There we go. And so I just go through and draw all of those. Any place, I mean, you can see there's, they're pretty much every 8 bars, with these little fills in between as well. Because pretty much every 8 bars, at least for me, an element is being added, or an element is changing, or an element is being taken out. And those white noise sweeps sort of help build it up and then drop it back down after the. And after that, it's all about the music. So after I did that, I went and wrote a chord progression with this, just a piano actually. And, I wrote a different one for the chorus as well. That's not, you don't have to do that, but I did because I wanted the chorus to have a little bit of different feel. And you can see I've got these chords playing almost throughout the entire song as well. That's just sort of what drives the chord progression in the song, is this piano playing underneath. Once all that's done, either I'll go in and add all these little effects, cymbals, risers, what have you, to work along with the white noise to sort of add some tension and release, or I'll go and write the main riff. I think on this one I actually wrote the main riff, which is just this is like a synth preset I had laying around that I'd made. It's a really simple, sort of bouncy. I just played around on my keyboard with the chords playing in the background until I found something that I thought was kind of cool, recorded it, tweaked it, made sure all the timing was nice, and used that as the lead. And then I decided that got a little boring listening to it for 4 bars, so I added in. I took what I had and then just edited it to come up with this different. It's a little different feel, so it changes up halfway through the drop because it just got boring. Okay, that's almost everything. Next, I've got my little list over here. I have a bullet point that says write good music before anything else. I sort of touched on that at the beginning, but just like you're writing music, so write good music. You can make a song that people will love with one sound. You could do it all with pianos. You just stack 6 pianos and a drum kit, and you can make a song. But the most important thing by far is writing a catchy song that feels good, that sounds good, that makes people want to dance, that makes people feel something. You have to write a song first, and then you can deal with all the rest of it. One, Hella FX is what I wrote down. You can see these right here are all my sound effects tracks. I have a shitload of them. They really help move the track along. I've got one pretty much anywhere where there's a white noise sweep happening. I also have some effects happening. I've got a couple up sweeps, a couple down sweeps, a couple impacts, a couple cymbals and reverse cymbals. A really good trick about sound effects, layer them all the time and try not to use the same thing. Bonus tip, I don't want to talk about sound design or anything like that too much. There's a shitload of videos out there on the internet that'll tell you all about that, and I think for the most part it's actually pretty distracting to the important part, which is writing cool music. That being said, this is something I found out. I just tried a little while ago, and it worked really well for me. So on this lead synth, and if it doesn't have to be a lead, you can do anything. I had this sound here. I'm going to just show you what it sounds like with just massive. So there it is with just a massive. Threw a sausage fattener on it to make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that's loud now. But it was really static. So I just put this flanger on it with it's like You can't really hear. It's not like a sound effect really, and you see it's at like 35% dry wet, and it just adds a little bit of movement to the sound and makes it not quite so grating to listen to that same sound over and over again, because in real life, nothing ever plays the exact same sound twice, and in software synths, they play the exact same sound every single time. So it's nice to put in something that sort of shifts slowly throughout the song or throughout a couple measures that just sort of breaks that up and makes the sound shift over time. Cool. That is what I have for today. Yeah, let me know if you found this helpful, if there's anything in particular I should or shouldn't do next time, if there's anything you want to know. I don't know. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll put all the links down below. Send me a message on YouTube, whatever. And shameless self plug, go check out my track Make 'em Go. It's on moonbaton.net right now. Last time I checked, it was at number 4. I won Kids at X sample pack contest with that track. And so now it's on moonbaton.net, and it'd be cool if you went and listened to it, but don't feel obligated to. Cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully I'll do another one soon.